Namaste. Today I'm going to show you a really good warm-up sequence for running. So you can do this just before you go out for your run in the morning. And it focuses on the legs, of course, as well as targeting other areas of the body that we use in running, such as the core. This practice, when used effectively and practiced regularly, can help to build strength in your leg muscles and also can help to improve your running fitness overall. So, without further ado, let's begin. Firstly, let's come into a comfortable seated position and take the right leg and place the right foot down in front of you. And we're just going to wrap the left arm and the right arm around the leg, just hugging the leg in this position, making sure the sitting bones are grounding down into the mat. The shoulders are relaxed and away from the ears. The chin is parallel with the floor. The core is lightly engaged here. So you want to draw that navel slightly towards the spine. And just take a moment here in this position, hugging the leg in. And you can stay like this, or if you'd like to deepen the stretch, we're going to pick up the right foot and place the left hand around it and bring that shin parallel with the floor. The right hand comes around the outside so that the right knee is into the right elbow here. And again, if this is enough for you, then that's fine. If it's available to you, you can bring the left elbow and place the right foot into the crook of your left elbow and just bring the hands around the outside. And this is our cradle pose here. So notice if the spine has started to round back and you've started to sit back away. See if you can bring the posture upright. And you can remain stationary, or you can just gently start to rock the foot left to right here. Core is lightly engaged here. So just warming up the psoas muscle here, which is often a muscle that we use in running. So just taking a few moments here. And then releasing the foot down. Coming back to that seated position, maybe just readjusting the sitting bones. Let's take the left foot in front of the right foot now. And again, we'll just begin by cuddling, hugging in that left leg. Just giving it a moment to warm up. Just taking a few breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. And then we will take that foot into the right hand. Or if it's available in your practice, you can bring the right elbow around the outside of the left foot. Bring the left hand round to meet the right. And again, you might be still, or you might just gently be rocking that left leg. Inhaling, sitting tall in your practice. Exhaling. Breath comes in and out through the nose. Taking one more breath here. And then releasing the foot away. Staying seated, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, coming into our Baddha Konasana here, our bound angle pose. Now you have the option to bring the feet closer to the groin or to take them further away if that feels a bit too much. So to have the feet a bit further away if it's too much. You can bring the hands around the outside of the feet, or you can just place them around the ankles or on the shins. We're just going to stay upright for this one. And as you inhale, sitting upright, notice if you can start to push the knees towards the ground. And we're not forcing anything here. Let's work with the breath. Inhale, you might lift the knees. Exhale, allow those knees to fall. Let gravity help. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, releasing. Find that stillness, that steadiness, the strength coming from within. And take a few more breaths in this position. Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Inhaling. Exhaling. Try to relax the glutes here. It's quite common to tense up in the muscles when we're pushing the knees away. See if you can bring any sense of ease or stillness to the muscles. We don't need to work certain muscles, then don't. And then releasing the posture. We're then going to keep the right leg where it is, and we're going to bring that left leg out in front of us so that it is out in a straight line and the leg is with the toes pointing up, dorsiflexed. So this is our Janushirshasana. From this position, we're going to inhale, raise the hands. Exhale, start to fold forwards from the hips towards the legs. Just allow the hands to fall either side of the leg. Notice if that knee is lifting. If it is lifting, I recommend placing a block or a brick underneath. And here you can stay if that feels okay. Otherwise, you can wrap your hands around the foot. Maybe fold fully down. Inhaling, breathing, lifting slightly. Gaze towards the big toe. Exhale, folding, releasing down. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. Just allow the body to melt into the posture. One more deep inhalation. Exhale, letting go. Release the hands. Walk the hands towards the sitting bones. And then let's bring that left foot back in, coming back to that bound angle posture, Baddha Konasana. And then from here we'll take the right leg out, keep the left leg where it is. So just take a moment to adjust the position. Make sure both sitting bones are on the ground. From here, bring the hands either side of the outstretched foot. Make sure the toes are pointing up on the right foot. Inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, starting to fold forwards. Allow the hands to come down either side of that foot. Option to stay here, or if you wish to deepen the pose, you can grab hold of the sides of the foot. Try not to pull on that foot. We don't want to overstretch the hamstrings. This isn't particularly helpful if we're going to go running after. Inhaling, lift the head. Gaze ahead. Exhale, see if you can fold a little further over that leg. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more deep inhalation. Exhale, start to walk the hands back. And then just take a moment with the feet together. Wrap your hands around the legs. Just gently sway from side to side. We're going to come into our wide-legged fold, so our Upavishta Konasana. Take the legs out wide, and just bearing in mind you don't have to try and get them as far away from each other as possible. Let's have them so that they are just at a 45-degree angle from one another. We're going to take an inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, turn to face that right leg and begin to fold forwards towards the right leg. The hands might just be here, and you could just be here, and that is absolutely fine. Go to where is comfortable, find that first edge. Otherwise, if it's in your practice and it's available to you, you can wrap your hands around that right foot. Inhaling. Just check the shoulders are in line so we're not twisting over to one side or the other. Exhaling. If that is happening, you can just have the hands here. Take another inhalation. Exhale, coming back to center. Just take a moment in this position. Inhaling. And then let's raise the hands, turning towards the left leg, exhaling, folding towards that left leg now. Maybe wrapping your hands around the feet, or the shin, or just placing the hands either side. Whatever you did on the right side, see if that's available on the left. Sometimes we find one side is different to the other, and that's perfectly normal. Inhaling, seeing if you can go a little bit deeper on your exhale. One more deep inhalation. Exhaling. On your next inhale, let's start to lift all the way back up to center. So now we're going to come over onto our fronts. And from this position, we're going to keep the left leg long and bring the heel of the right foot towards the right glute. Now, the key with this posture, we're going to take hold of that foot in a moment with our right hand. And when we do so, we need to make sure that our hip flexors are pushing down into the ground. So we're pressing the pubic bone down, we're lengthening the tailbone. We might engage the belly so that we can keep the lower spine protected. So from here, grab hold of that foot. And then we're going to press down into that pubic bone and really lengthen and start to bring that heel towards the glute. Doesn't matter if it doesn't reach. The key is we are stretching the quads here. And the quads are often overlooked in favour of the hamstrings in running. We do a lot of focus on hamstring stretching and lengthening, when in fact the quads are equally important. So we're inhaling here, we're bringing that foot towards that right glute. Keep that core engaged. And then exhale, release that foot. Bring the right hand under the right shoulder. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So bringing the left foot towards the left glute. Take hold of the left foot. And remember, we're pressing that pubic bone down, lengthening the tailbone. And we want to keep that hip flexor digging towards the earth. You should feel the stretch down the quad. Inhaling here. Exhaling. One more inhalation. Exhale, release that left foot. Let's bring the hand underneath the left shoulder, and we're going to bring the knees close together. And we're going to push back into our child's pose, Balasana. Keeping the knees narrow. And then just take the forearms and fold them underneath each other. And we're just taking a short pause here to allow the spine to reset from the slight back bending there. But we won't be here too long because we are warming up. We don't want to cool off now. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, take the hands out in front of you. Walk the hands forwards. Tuck the toes under. Bring the knees hip distance apart. And then push the sitting bones up and back towards the heels. Coming into our downward facing dog here. And let's pedal the feet. Really work into those leg muscles here. So we're walking the dog here. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more deep inhalation. Exhale. Coming to stillness slightly now. Let's take an inhalation. Lift the right leg up for three-legged dog. Let's bend into that knee. Stack the hips on top of each other. Make sure that you're pressing evenly into both hands here. Inhaling. Exhale. Lengthen that right leg out. Bring it forwards and step it between the hands. We're then going to walk that right foot out towards the right edge of the mat and bring the right hand onto the inside of the right foot for our lizard pose. Inhaling. Exhale. You have the option in this pose to bring the left knee down. Allow the stretch to come from the hips, lengthening down the legs. For a deeper stretch, you can take the hands slightly further forwards and come onto the forearms. Full lizard pose here. Inhaling. Just check the hips aren't tweaking to the side. If that's happening, you might want to come back to your hands. It's important the hips are kept square. Exhale, tuck the toes under of the left foot, lifting up. Bring that right foot back. Come back into that three-legged dog. Exhale, lower that right foot down. Come into your downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. This time we're going to take the left foot. Raise the left foot coming into your three-legged dog. Bend the left knee and then stack the hips. You might gaze under the left armpit here. Inhale, come back to that three-legged dog. And then step the foot to the front of the mat. And walk it to the outside of the mat, placing the left hand on the inside for your lizard pose. Inhaling here. Remember, you can always drop that right knee down. Exhaling. Option to deepen the practice by walking the hands forward, coming onto those forearms. Check this doesn't compromise in the hips. Inhaling. Always breathing. Focus on the breath. Exhaling. Coming back up onto the hands if you're not already there. Lifting the right leg. And then sweeping that left leg back. Come back into that three-legged dog. Stacking the hips. Exhale, finding your downward facing dog. Take a moment in this pose. Maybe just walking the heels or finding your stillness. We're going to lift the right leg this time. Step it forward in between the hands. Keep it in between the hands this time. Ground through the left hand and then raise the right hand up. Gaze can follow the right hand. Kick back into that left heel. Really feel the stretch along both legs. Inhaling. Exhaling. Bring the right hand down. Let's step the right foot back. Come into that downward facing dog. Lift the left leg this time. Step it forward between the hands. And again, ground through that right hand. Raise the left hand up. Inhaling. Exhale. Remember to kick back through that right heel. One more deep inhalation. Exhale. Bring that hand down. Let's come back to our downward facing dog. We're going to walk the feet towards the hands and come into our Uttanasana. Forward fold. So in this position, you might have the feet together or hip distance apart. Take hold of the elbows and the belly is coming towards the thighs as much as you can. You might want to bend the knees to make sure that this happens. Inhaling. Exhaling. Release the elbows. Inhale. We're going to start to uncurl the spine. We're going to come up to halfway. So the hands can be on the shins, flat back, on the thighs, on the hips. Or if you wish to take the pose a little bit further, you can have the arms out wide. The gaze is down. Inhaling. Keep that back nice and flat. Belly is engaged. Core should be switched on. Exhale, start to fold forwards. Come back to your forward fold. And then from your forward fold, we're going to sit the sitting bones back as if we're coming to sit in a chair. Inhale, take the arms up. Come into our Utkatasana, chair pose. Strong in the legs here. Imagine there's a brick between the thighs. Push the bottom back. Inhaling. Exhale. Can you go a little bit lower? One more deep inhalation. Exhale, start to straighten up. As you straighten up, we're pushing those hip flexors forwards. Slight back bend, take the hands overhead. Urdhva Hastasana. Inhaling, you can allow the head to fall back if it feels okay. And then exhale. Bring the hands down by the side of the body. Finding your Tadasana for a few moments. And now you're ready to go on your run. Hope you enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe for future videos.